Hey guys, Anthony Vapes is back for my first review of 2017. This is going to be a single coil tank, the Ohmega Alpha One tank. It is a 24 millimeter tank. It has a replaceable chuff style cap that you just pop off and pop on. And the glass is also replaceable as well very easily. It's top fill. It has airflow control with a stopper on it. You get a close-up look on it here. It is a single coil tank, and one of the best things about this is the price. It is only $10 on vaporworld.biz. I bought it during a sale, so I paid like $6 for it. I kind of wish I would have ordered an extra one as a backup, but nonetheless, so very cheap tank, very nice. So I'll go ahead, I'll get into the up close of it here in a second, and I'll come back with my pros and cons on the tank. And I would say I'll come back with whether I recommend it or not, but if you watched my previous video for the best of 2016, you already know the answer. If not, I guess I'll have to wait to find out. Another thing I want to point out, because I know a lot of people are watt chasers, and they feel like you need 1,000,000 watts in order to get a good vape. That is not true. So this is 50 watts on a single coil RTA, and this setup literally cost me 20 bucks. 10 bucks for this mod. This is a Cool Fire 4 I bought on sale, and 10 bucks for this tank. So $20 setup, full vape setup here, atomizer tank, built-in battery, everything you need. Single coil, so I'll get good battery life out of it. And I'm only vaping at 50 watts on a 0.25 ohm. I believe I have a stainless steel staggered in here. Big, thick, flavorful, dense clouds. Just absolutely phenomenal vape on a $20 setup at 50 watts. So you don't need 1,000,000 watts, you don't need 200, 300 watt devices, and all this other stuff to get a good vape. You can get a very good vape out of something like this, and it's small, fits in your pocket, and you can take it everywhere. And at 20 bucks, if I break it, I don't really care too much. I do have extra glass and stuff for this, the other parts won't break, and the mod, I do have a spare, because at 10 bucks I ordered 3 of them. I gave one away, but I still have 2. Absolutely phenomenal. So let's go ahead and cut into the up close of it, and then I'll come back with my outro after this. Alright guys, Anthony Vapes back with the up close and personal of this Alpha One tank. Let's take a quick look at the box. It comes in a box like this. One weird thing about their boxes is they don't come saran wrapped. They actually just come like this. Inside the box we have a spare glass. We have a plastic or Delrin top cap, and that is all the extras you get. Or no, I take that back. Pretty sure there's O-rings under here. Yeah, so you do get the O-rings and the screwdriver and some extra screws. They also sell accessory kits for it in case you run out and break a bunch of stuff. You can buy an accessory kit with all those extras in it, just doesn't have the tank. The tank disassembles into 4 parts. It's very easy to take apart. I'm going to go and show you how to put it together after I throw a build in it. But let's just take a quick look here. So here's your build deck. It's an interesting build deck to say the least. It has Phillips screws. Airflow is right there on the bottom. You see your 2 channels here and here. We'll use this little syringe here. So here's your wicking channels. That's where your coil goes, and there's your airflow, and you can see right to the bottom where the 510 pin is. And then for the deck itself, the screws just basically screw right into there, and you use the screw to clamp it against the back of the deck here. The only complaint I have about this is I wish they would offset it instead of lining them up, but it still works pretty well. You have your glass, you have your chimney part, which your top filling, and that's what covers the coils. And this is the metal chuff cap that it has. So let's go ahead and slap a quick build in here. In the effort of saving time, I have already pre-made the coil. And mind you, this is a lot harder to do over a camera than it would be without the camera. It's actually very easy to build on, and I actually did fill a syringe with some e-juice so that I can measure the capacity of the tank, because can't really find information on Ohmega products anywhere. Let's go ahead and put this into my meter. And we're going to hope for the best building like this because it is not easy. But we'll figure it out. Alright, so I'm going to take my coil here. This is going to be a 4-5 wrap 316 staggered fused Clapton. Very nice looking coil. And a Phillips head screwdriver, put it on. I'm actually going to flip around the side here to make it a little easier for me. Get that centered. And all we're going to do is slide the coil in this way. As you see, there's plenty of room to fit a 3mm ID coil. One thing I do like to do on these, and pretty much all of them, which I didn't do yet, but I'm going to show you for all the ones where the screws enter on the side, is I just basically take my coil leads and I grab them here and I twist them a little bit so that they sit flat. And it makes building on anything where the screw comes into the side much easier, in my humble opinion. So I'll slide this in. And mind you, you are going to have to do a little bending of it. And I'm just going to do one lead at a time. So I'm going to take this first one here. Make sure my coil's somewhat centered. And we're just going to go ahead and screw this in. Again, it might look a little harder than what it really is, just for the fact that I'm trying to do this at a weird angle than what I would normally have to do it at. I'm going to take our coil here, and we're going to bend it in a little bit. Get this sucker here. Flip it around. And now we can play with our coil and get it centered in a little bit more. So we get it just in the right spot where it's between the deck. Like I said, you can fit very large coils in here. These are 3mm inside diameter coils. Beautiful. Very easy to do. Now we'll go ahead and get out the hot spots. So let's go ahead and clip my leads. As you can see, very easy build deck. Like I said, my only complaint on the build deck is I wish they would offset the post to make the leads putting in a little better, but as you can see, it's very easy to work with. And the airflow is directly underneath my coil. So let's get the hot spots out. And we're going to do that with a pair of ceramic tweezers and just brush it while I fire it. And this sucker's going to heat up fast. Like you seen before in the video, I was vaping at 50 watts and it was just chucking clouds. There we go. Beautiful. No hot spots, nice even glow from the center. And it doesn't need that much power at all to heat itself up. That is a beautiful single coil build right there. So what I'm going to do is pause it, let it cool down for a second, and then I will go ahead and be back with the wicking. Alright, now that it has a chance to cool down, we'll go ahead and check my resistance. It is a 0.27, pretty similar to the last build I have, which I think is at 0.25 on the mod, which it still might. Mods aren't going to be 100% accurate. Let's get into the wicking. Once again, very simple, easy to wick. I'm using cotton bacon, but use whatever you want to use. There's no wrong way to vape. Unless you're using a mech and don't understand battery safety. Let's go ahead and twist my leads into here. Slide it on through. Make sure it's got a little bit of room to expand. It's not too tight. I'm going to go ahead and come in from the side here. We're just going to line the leads up with the little juice channels here and give it a little clip. Now normally I do the little pointy edges, but for this one I really don't need to do the pointy edges, just because the way the deck's designed, I feel it just works best with a regular one. And then we'll go ahead and get my little tweezers here. And see that cotton just kind of fits into the hole. Doesn't have to go all the way down by any means. I might have to trim a little bit off, we'll see. My cotton's already pretty fluffy, so I'm not going to really brush it. And that fits in rather nicely. So we'll go ahead and pour a little bit of juice on it. And just kind of put it into its home. Go home, ball. You too good for your home? Answer me. Hopefully people understand that reference. If not, you missed out on a great movie. It goes nice and easy into the hole. Very nice. You don't need to overstuff it, because then it doesn't work right. Now the reassembly part, which again, very easy tank to reassemble. Take our glass, slide it over the top. See, doesn't break the O-ring, fits perfect. Paratech might get a laugh out of that when he watches it. Slide your chimney part in and screw it in. It's actually going to be easier if I just take it off this. Got a little bit of juice on my fingers from wicking that. And there you go. So you got room in there for your juice to come up. Plenty of room. But you have your cotton there to soak it up where it's not going to leak. You have your nice airflow. Very smooth. And it has a little stopper on it. And we are good to go. There's your top fill. Look at that. Absolutely a ton room to fit a unicorn bottle to fill it up, but I'm going to use a syringe just so I can measure the capacity of this tank, since it doesn't seem to be online anywhere. And I'm using 70/30 juice. So I've got 6 in it right now. I doubt it takes 6. I'm going to guess about 5, but we shall see. And that was a pretty good guess. I would say about 4.9. Yeah, I could probably fit another little bit more in there. Don't want to get too greedy. Yeah, there we go, 5. That was a really good guess. So yes, it is a 5 milliliter tank, which is a very large capacity for a single coil tank. And then last but not least, your cap of filling it just pops straight in with O-rings. 0.27 on the resistance. There you go, nice full tank. See, maybe with a little bit of room to spare. And we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this on the mod. And we'll give it a little vape. Because why not? So again, really nice tank, large capacity, doesn't leak. Seems to just be good no matter what. New coil in watt mode. $50 again. Hits like a champ. So that's it for the build tutorial and how to assemble this tank. We'll go ahead and cut into the outro, and thank you guys for watching. Alright guys, it's really quick on the outro. Gonna do this really quick. Let's talk about my pros of the tank. It's got a huge build deck on it, plenty of room to fit a big coil in it. It's got great flavor, absolutely amazing flavor from it. Large juice capacity, tons of air, wicks great, doesn't leak. The filling is really easy on it. I love the way it fills, and the price for $10 right now, it's definitely worth it. Absolutely go out and get it. I normally don't say that, but this tank is very versatile. It'll work for everyone. You can get a ton of vapor out of it, a ton of flavor out of it, good battery life. There's nothing wrong with this tank. It's just perfect, just the way it is. And at $10, it's a steal. Like I said, I paid $6 for mine, and I kind of wish I would have ordered more, but nonetheless. Cons on it, I really had to struggle to find cons on it because there's really not that many. What I do have to say, there's no 510 drip tip. It only has that chuff cap on the top. So if you were to, I mean, it's not going to break, it's pure metal, but if you were to lose it or something, you know, replacing it could be a little difficult. And a little bit, if you use 80 VG, it takes a little bit to wick. You'll see the bubbles slowly come up, but it still actually works. It doesn't stop wicking or stop, you know, the juice doesn't stop moving. It just moves pretty slowly, but it will still work and work fine. But 70/30 is absolutely perfect, no issues. 80/20, you'll see bubbles come up very slowly, but they come up, they don't get stuck. Those are my only cons on it. So again, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe would be appreciated. If not, no big deal. Feedback's always welcome, and I look forward to my next review. Thank you guys for watching.